Ignite your God potential. Hello, I'm Dr. Danielle Duperret, and I'd like to say a few words about me before we move on. I was born and raised in the French part of Switzerland, where I studied psychology, metaphysics, nutrition, detoxification with private institutes in Paris, France, and in Switzerland. I then traveled through Europe and Asia in search of enlightenment. That's where I learned English too. That's why I have a mixed accent between French and Indian. Before coming to the United States in 1979. I became a doctor of naturopathy in 94, got a PhD in natural health in 96, with my dissertation on the powers of the mind in healing, a subject that had fascinated me for years. I study and use many holistic therapies for body, mind, soul, spirit health. I enjoy quantum theories and philosophies, imagery, hands-on healing, energy therapies, homeopathy. My goal is to train my clients to become independently healthy. I do have an eclectic background. I don't believe that research and studies are enough. Experience is necessary to be a good doctor. And doctor, by the way, means educator. I had many childhood diseases, even though I had the vaccine that was supposed to prevent them. I had cancer in my teens. By the age of 21, I had had 18 surgeries, most of them for cancer. Then I had a great period of health and vitality, and again fell into a debilitating illness in my 30s. Lots of pain that kept me bedridden for weeks. I suffered from depression, from weight challenges, and during it all, I continued to study and research. I wanted to get out of my predicaments. I love to research, study, and I love to pass it on. I've written several ebooks, several accredited courses for naturopaths. I offer workshops, and I have a private practice. So this is me in a nutshell. What if I told you that you could let go of limitations and restrictions? You could free yourself, get out of the prison that holds you, body, mind, soul, or spirit. You can be free and live the life you were meant to live. You will probably agree with me. We live in a strange world. There's a lot of deceptions, lots of illusions, lots of chaos, lots of suffering in our world today. We have wars, hurricanes, childhood hunger, or just simply hunger all throughout the world, even though we have so much food available. Have child abuse, people can't find work, lots of divorces, emergencies, homelessness, despair, and loneliness. Are you carrying a heavy load with or without a smile? Are you hiding your pain from people? Are you feeling disconnected, lonely in a crowd, maybe feeling like an alien, or even numb, scared, grieving, or are you exhausted? So many people nowadays suffer from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, and these wounds are not visible. If you've had an accident or been injured during a war and you're missing a leg or a hand, people can see your problem, can see the wounds. But PTSD is not visible, and many people nowadays suffer from PTSD. And how long are you going to be able to keep up? Are you wondering, when will life return to normal? I've got news for you. As Ralph Waldo Emerson said, the mind, once stretched by a new idea, never returns to its original dimensions. And I would propose that the mind, once stretched by new experiences, never returns to its original dimensions. Life is never going to be the same normal. Do you feel battered by storm, almost drowning? But you're still standing, there is still hope, and a lot of new ways to become who you truly are. Giving up? No, you don't think it's an option, but you may, like me, have tried many different things. I went to goal setting workshops. I did some dieting, time, stress, and money management, exercised. I got more disciplines. I did vision and dream boards. I started personal development from a very early age. I learned relaxation, meditation, mindfulness, neuro-linguistic programming. I bought CDs and tapes on personal brain entrainment. I learned hypnosis and guided imagery, subconscious programming, deprogramming, reprogramming. I also learned many energy healing techniques and the tapping techniques. I taught the law of attraction, law of manifestation. I had fun doing past life and karma therapy. I did some astrology, work with numbers, cards, and UFOs. And all that seemed to work for a while, and it was fun. And I realized that it worked for some, or some of the time. There was some great breakthrough. I thought that finally I had gotten it. There was a lot of upside down, but in the end, it seemed I was just turning in circles, learning more, but still being in circles and hitting walls. Einstein said that problems cannot be solved at the same level as they were created. It's great to work with human potential, but in this day and age, I believe we need to move to our God potential. And this has nothing to do with religion. It's just the name. God, Goddess, it can be the divine self or your creative self, is that spark inside of you that is so much more than who you think you are. So let's ignite that God potential. You go from who you think you are to who you truly are. That spark is there. And you are a magnificent human being. So who you truly are, you have passion, delight, and you have purpose in your life. You got great wisdom, vitality, and energy to follow that purpose. You feel free, and yet you're confident. You have power, and you live in joy and with love. That's who you truly are. Is that a picture of you? Once upon a time, people thought that the earth was flat. We now know that it's a sphere. There was a shift in consciousness, a new paradigm. And we are again facing a shift in consciousness. So you can ignite that spark that's in you and thrive. Be who you truly are. And I would like to propose a 5 key to this process of igniting your God potential. The first key is about your physical body. You need to experience vibrant health and perfect weight for you. Now your body is really the vehicle to take you from birth to death. It needs energy to have vitality and focus. So how are you taking care of it? Like a high-performance car? Or just whatever? Or even not taking care of it at all? But if you want to have a great life and ignite that God potential, you need that vitality. You need to take care of your vehicle, your body, like a high-performance car with individualized attention and care. You need fuel for energy, for vitality, and to be focused. We have instruments now that can show us the energy that we have and the energy that food has. Some food has a lot of energy, some food not so much. Which one is good for you? Lots of energy in these foods. And what happens if you eat high food energy, high fuel, you're going to have lots of energy. But the hands there on the right is a person who doesn't eat those high energy fuel. They have less energy to live their life. Let's talk about Carrie, a client of mine who changed her diet. She says, I began to see an improvement almost immediately. I had more energy. I felt less toxic. My teeth stopped being so sensitive. I could think better and had more stamina. Today, I'm on the mend. I have discovered the joys of foods I've never eaten before and don't mind not eating foods I love because I don't want anything I put in my mouth to slow down my recovery. The second key is about emotional freedom. Have you experienced nightmares, flashbacks, phobias, intrusive thoughts? Do you experience anger, resentment, or are you grieving? Those are all kind of a normal part of being a human being on this planet, but they sure can keep us prisoners. So emotional freedom, which is an acronym for freedom and release of emotional and energetic disturbance or mental blocks, will free you. You can choose the emotions you want to experience without being prisoners of the ones you don't want. Denise had this to say: I was facing a wall of stuffed and denied grief after the shock of family and close friends' death. 5 losses in a short period of time. I was able to get in touch and release a pent-up grief. Sally had this to say: after the session I did with you, and by applying these techniques, I've been able to eliminate the traumatic feelings from the past and present which were haunting me. I'm able to stay in charge of my emotions. I thank you for being present with me and for having helped me when I had lost all hope. Third key is about mental fitness. It's where you want to think the thoughts you choose, not the ones your mind chooses for you. We have many thoughts crossing our minds. Which one are we going to choose? Are they going to impose themselves on us, or will we be able to choose them? Mental fitness training is about training your mind to do your bidding, simply and playfully. If you have a flashlight, you have a very wide beam of light, and that's great to use that analogy for a mind that wants to wander, that wants to do some imagineering, daydreaming. But when you need to focus, you need to be able to tell that mind, hey, we need to be laser focused now, and I'm going to choose what you're going to think about. There is some very simple and playful exercises to help you with mental fitness. Tonya said, we worked on panic attacks which bothered me regularly. I did not know that Dr. Danielle had solutions that work to alleviate stress, anxiety, pain, and trauma linked to physical and personal challenges. I feel so much better mentally. She's heaven sent, and I simply want to thank her for all she has taught me. Again, my aim is to help my clients to become independently healthy, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual challenge that they are facing. The fourth key is about body-mind partnership, and I love that subject. I mentioned that my dissertation was on the power of the mind in healing. We use this to disempower family and ancestral patterns or programming to give you more energy, to help you get out of the negative programming you may be following. In that body-mind partnership course, we teach you to partner and dance with your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind can be a terrible foe, but also the most wonderful ally. If you dance, partner dance in unison, it's a beautiful performance. You can get wisdom, you can talk with your symptoms, with your challenges. You can get hold of your inner physician, inner ally, inner director, inner guide, even a financial advisor if you want. The wisdom is inside of you. Listen to who you truly are so you can thrive. Jenny said, you successfully helped me to overcome the devastation of legal abuse, PTSD, fibromyalgia, and chronic fatigue. I'm surprised and cannot explain the quick results I've gotten. I can now stay focused all day. I can take care of my health. I see things more clearly and can make decisions without suffering. I'm in charge of my life with a healthy and positive outlook. The fifth and last key, I call it love, life, and miracles. And in that course, we're going to tune into the field. You probably heard about Einstein's equation on relativity, E equals mc squares. Well, what we're going to do is play in a different field. And we're going to use practical applications of quantum theories and philosophy to shift our consciousness. So yes, you can ignite your God potential. You can go from who you think you are to who you truly are. A magnificent human being. So ignite your God potential. Let go of limitations and restrictions. And I would like to propose a 3-month program. So this program, you can do it in 3 months or in 60 weeks. The 5 keys each have 12 units. So you can do all the units together or one unit after another from 3 months to 60 weeks. It's up to you, anything in between. It's like stepping on a bridge going from your human self to your divine self. I'm not going to tell you it's easy. You may go through some what might call dangerous views, but it's definitely worth it to ignite your divine potential. So just imagine life. You don't change. You're in survival mode. How long will you keep the happy mask on? Another 6 months? A year? How many years? Or until you rest in peace? On the other side, imagine life. If you ignite that God potential, you discover and experience who you truly are. How are we going to do that? Well, you can start today simply by emailing me, drd@qhe21.com. That stands for Dr. Danielle at Quantum Health and Excellence for 21st Century Challenges. And I'm going to just in a subject put ignite my God potential, and then I'm going to write you back and give you some dates when we could have a conversation on Skype or by telephone. There is no obligation. It's free, just to check where you're at, if this program could be for you or part of the program. So email today and say, hey, I'm ready to look at something different. Email drd@qhe21.com. And I thank you for your attention and hope to get an email from you soon.